Welcome to the Kate Molland channel. My podcast is now in progress. Let's tune in.
I never called her. She texted me and says, hey, I'm just checking to see how you're doing. Then I followed up. And so that's how we're communicating. But there's no date. Now, here's the thing. She is trying to make it a date. Like she would say to me, hey, listen, I was hoping we could get together and maybe have some drinks. And I'm thinking coffee. I'm thinking, can we meet, in a group session? Because I've got a coaching session coming up. Would you like to attend and get involved in the discussion? Because that is a good way for me to find out more about how she interacts with other people. It gives me a chance to find out what her thoughts are on my philosophies and some of the things that I believe in. And if she wants to be around me, that's a great way to be around me. But for me to take her to some happy hour and sit down and drink, well, I'm going to be the designated driver, so I'm not going to drink. So she's going to be there putting away tequila and acting silly. And I'm saying to myself, okay, this date's going nowhere. I'm just totally wasting my time. And then on top of that, you know what she said? She said to me, you know what? She might tune into this podcast. And let me change the topic.
Oh, goodness.
Let me get off the topic altogether. All right.
I want to say, though, that you bring up a really good point that interacting with people in a group setting is a great way to observe how they are around other people. Whereas if you're just meeting somebody one-on-one, it could be a complete act.
And that's one of the reasons why I don't embrace the whole dating thing. But for others who don't have the skill sets to meet people in situations or to even navigate their way into a party or navigate their way into a wedding or navigate their way into a good conversation, to a networking group, maybe that's all they have. So if you're a gamer,
very true.
If you're a gamer, the platforms are going to be great for you. And if you don't know what to do, then the platforms are going to be great for you. And I think that's why these types of podcasts are so good, because anybody can reach you through email and say, look, I've got some questions. I'd like to find out more about where your group classes may be. And we'll be more than happy to let them know and stay in touch with them that way.
Absolutely. Put it in the comments, folks.
There you go. So, yeah. So those of you that are really hell-bent on dating, and if that's the only way you want to go, you go right ahead. But again, the young lady who I went on a blind date with, set up by a doctor friend of mine, I think she did ask the right questions when she said to me, I just want to cut to the chase, do you believe in God? I think that's a good question. At least I thought it was, because she's not messing around.
Yeah.
Like, I go to church every Sunday and I got a boy and I'm not here to play games. What are your beliefs?
I think it is a good question. And I think also I go back to, as a woman sitting on a date, I need to be more concerned about, do I like him? Not, does he like me? And I think, unfortunately, a lot of women go in with this mindset of, oh, I just really want him to like me. And we don't even know if we like them. And that's why these questions are so important, is revealing these personality traits, revealing their values and revealing their goals, because I may not just jive with him. He may be a great guy, may not be for me.
Now, let's just say you are on a first-time date. However you got there, you're on a first-time date, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What type of questions do you think you could ask him that would reveal his values, his goals, or his personality? Let's begin with his personality. What could you do to get insight into his personality? Because your personality would be the door to his values and his goals. Because if you don't like his personality, I don't think you'd be interested in his values and goals.
Valid. Very valid. Okay.
So let's assume you're trying to find out if you like his personality. Now, his personality online was pretty good. That's why you have the date. Now that you're on the date, you want to explore his personality. What types of questions would you ask, or what would you do, or what would you be watching out for?
I mean, I'm somebody who I want to ask about their family and their family dynamic.
Okay, let's give me the question. Okay, there's a guy sitting opposite you. You sit down and, you're on your first date and he's happy to see you and you've got past the greetings.
Yeah.
And because, the guy might say something like, okay, I'm going to pretend that I'm the guy, all right?
Okay.
And let's pretend you like the way the guy looks and all that sort of thing. So I'm saying, well, okay, well, it's a pleasure to meet you. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. I just want to tell you right now, I do like the way you look. How am I looking on your end?
Oh, you look great.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. Go. What's your next question?
Oh my gosh. See, you're stumping me.
Well, this is what this is about. The whole idea of this podcast is for all of us, me, you, listeners, to learn what we don't know.
That's a great point.
Because we're going to have to learn what we don't know. So now, if I'm going to coach you and I got an earpiece in your ear,
oh yeah,
and he's sitting down and he says, okay, you both agreed on how you look, then I would say in your mind, say, well, listen, I certainly like the way you look. Well, I'm glad we like the way we look at each other. That's good. So, I'd like to ask you, did you want to order first or do you want to talk first? How are you feeling? That would be the first question I'd have you ask him.
Okay.
Do you want to order first or do you want to get some drinks and chat first? What makes you more comfortable? Do you want to order first, get that out of the way? Because the waiter is going to be bothering you.
True, that's a good point.
Or do you want to just go ahead and set up for some drinks and have some conversation first? What are your thoughts?
I think I'm of the order first mentality because I don't want to do the drinks first because what if you end up ordering too many drinks?
The drinks could be soda water. The drinks could be ice water. The drinks could be non-alcoholic beverages. I would never recommend alcoholic beverages at all as a coach. Never, ever recommend any kind of alcohol. Because I'll tell you why. It's not that alcohol is an aphrodisiac, but it is a sedative. It does relax you. It does interfere with your interpretation of events. So I, as a coach, would never, ever encourage alcohol on a first date.
And some people have social anxiety disorder and they need 2 drinks in their opinion just to be normal.
You're right. And I'm telling them that with me, you're going to have to figure out another way to get normal.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you're going to have to drink something spiritual because there is spiritual wine. There is spiritual cocktails. And I would say to you, if you don't know how to concoct a spiritual cocktail, you have no business going out on a date. Because you don't want no alcohol in your system. You do not want any alcohol in your system. You don't want anything toxic in your system. You just don't. Because almost every SA, when I say SA, you know what I'm talking about, right? Sexual assault.
Oh, okay.
Almost every SA is linked to alcohol. So I don't care what the situation is, alcohol is tied in with that. Almost every domestic violence call, alcohol is tied in with that. You can ask any police officer who's involved with domestic squabbles, romantic squabbles, girl-guy squabbles. There is some alcohol or some substance, some kind of alcohol or some kind of controlled substance involved in that mix. So I'm saying to you, go in clear-headed. And if you don't know how to be clear-headed, learn how to construct a spiritual cocktail. Now, that's a different course.
True. Okay. But that is a very good point that if a woman is going to be serious about her safety, that abstaining from alcohol while meeting new people would probably be the right thing to do.
Anything that's going to alter your thinking, I would say stay away from it. Even loud music where you want to just get up and dance, not if you're looking to get married, not if you're looking to get to know somebody and get involved with a long-term committed relationship. When you want to go out and have a good time, it's just you do your thing any way you want to. That's your thing. Whatever your moral code is, people don't have it. Whatever your drink code is, that's your thing. But if you are serious about building a relationship, things have to be done a certain way.